This year, Twitch streamers have really taken upon themselves to be the most deplorable human beings on the planet. You'd think for a job that realistically doesn't require any effort really whatsoever, you're just opening OBS like I have done right now, and then you're just slapping some gameplay in and look, wow, I'm gaming, guys. And that's, you know, there's a little bit more to it than that, obviously. And I am just kind of making it seem like it's a way easier hobby or job than it is. It really doesn't take much. And it also doesn't take much to be a good person. That's what we get into today's story, where we have a streamer who decided to go off so hard on someone in the chat for just saying something that happened to them that was rather serious and rather disheartening. And to hear someone respond in the way that he responded is so sickening that I feel like everybody needs to see this. I've made multiple videos, especially since I've started this channel, about streamers that are just so entitled, so in the wrong, they're so up themselves. All they know is how to treat themselves. They don't know how to treat anybody else around them. On my main channel, I have a video called Twitch's Most Entitled Streamer. Today, that title gets taken by this guy. There is a level of entitlement that I did not think could ever actually be reached. But no, this guy really does take the cake. So I'll play the clip for you now.
Curvy, where the fuck have you been? Oh my god, well tell you what, Miss Dirty Curvy, you know what we're not gonna do? We're not gonna talk about it in my chat. Cause it's Friday. And that is a whole big bucket of bummer. And I'm sorry for your loss, but we're not doing that in my fucking chat. Thank you. Well, okay, Miss Dirty Curvy, you said, no, that's fine. You asked, so I told. No, I didn't ask you to tell me the biggest fucking bummer news in the world. I said, hey, what's up? How are you?
That was obviously the part where he left it at. He could have just been another one of those asshole streamers that say something horrible like, no, I really don't want to hear that. Go away. It's a Friday. Friday matters so much to me and I must be positive before I go out for my drinks with my friends. Therefore, I do not want to hear about your mother passing. Instead, he has to continue. And the continuation is what makes this clip so bad. It's already bad enough. A long-time viewer of his has taken a huge hiatus away from the community and has come back to talk. He's asked, how are they? And they said, oh, not too great. My mother passed. And this is your reaction. That's a whole bucket of bummer. Yeah, dude, that's exactly how I describe the death of a mother. A whole bucket of bummer. Why does he make it sound so not that deep? He literally sugarcoats the passing of somebody's mother. How low of a human being do you have to be in order to do that? It's just the level of entitlement in this as well, man. To be like, it's my chat. I do not want to hear about your bummer on my Friday.
Forum, someone asks you, hey, what's up? How are you? There are two acceptable responses. Good, and you know what? I'll make it through. That's it.
There's also two options he could have done that are even easier than the chat are doing this. And since he's the streamer and like basically, you know, the host of the party, you kind of need to be doing this instead of them. You could have said, I am so sorry to hear that and I'm sorry to hear about your loss. But I hope this stream, or I hope what I can do in this stream, or just say something nice. Just say something nice. Just say like, yeah, well, we'll be playing some COD today, so you can come play with me if you like. Or, well, I really hope you get over that hurdle in your life. I'm sure she loved you and I'm sure she was incredible. You know, it doesn't take 5 seconds to just have some empathy or some sort of feeling of like, I don't know, just feel for the other person, man. My mother died. Well, it's a Friday. Mothers can't die on a Friday. Like, he's acting like they're lying almost. It's really fucking scary. And the fact that this is... I've read the twit longer. This is a long-time viewer who literally played Blackout, which is the original Call of Duty Battle Royale, for those who don't know. He played that with her as like a viewer and like a friend, and they were like in this community, like tight, and took a break for family issues that, as you can see, family issues also ended in, obviously not saying the family issues caused that, but a family issue that was so severe to end it all, to end the break, was mother passing. So her mother passes, she goes to her community she's part of and says, hello, yeah, I'm good, I'm not doing too great, you know. And he's like, oh, what's wrong, man? How have you been? Well, my mother passed, which is very sad. Oh, dude, oh, I don't want to hear it. It's fucking Friday. Like, what is wrong with you?
How are you? Good? Or, you know what? I'll make it through.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly my first thought when my mother dies. Yeah, you know what? I'll make it through. Yeah, that's my first thought.
Awesome. Love to hear it. See, there you go. Or Prom's response.
I'm not trying to bum anyone out. You asked me where I was, so I said where. Jesus.
Yeah, I said, Prom, how are you doing? She says, I'm alive.
Yeah, wow. The fact that the moderators just say to me, like, look at my response. I'm alive. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry that your trauma is so much deeper than this person's. Good for you, moderator. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, I asked you where you were. Look, Mr. Curvy. I'm just subtly trying to tell you that unloading really heavy news in people's chats on Twitch is not like good etiquette. It's not the place to do it.
I mean, you did ask, and they just said it's not really trauma dumping. Trauma dumping would be like, my day was absolutely terrible. You wouldn't believe it. Basically, what happened is like, no, you were having an ongoing discussion. It wasn't really a dump at all. Like, yeah, it's traumatic, but at least it's like actually like serious trauma. A lot of trauma dumping is literally like, I had a bad day today, run out of milk. At least it's actually like something serious that you should be able to like feel some empathy towards them and have a discussion about it and make them feel better, which would then also better your day. How people don't know that, I like, is this literally a life hack for those of you who are like a rude cunt like me, a rude twat like me? All you need to do is literally, if you make somebody else's day just by whether you say like, oh, I hope you get over it, or just say one thing positive, you'll actually feel your day and your mood just increase in value. You feel so much better about the day, you'll feel better, and you have no idea how much like you can actually improve that other person's day. It's that easy. I just can't believe this guy doesn't realize that. He's just sat there like, oh, you know what? Let me make their day even worse. Let me just not even think about the fact they're literally mourning the loss of their mother. Instead, I'm going to make my entire chat understand that you are an example. I'm going to make the example out of you. Disgusting pig, dude.
That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's it. I figured this is a good opportunity to inform you. Heavy news like that, when someone asks, hey, where have you been? You don't need to tell them, well,
realistically, it's not heavy news for anybody else but them, seeing as it's literally their experience, it's their trauma, it's their situation. It's not news for you. Everybody dying on the planet isn't news for you. It's literally just them updating you on their day because or their life because you asked about it. If you don't understand the fact that you literally, whether it was inadvertently or not, you asked how you been. Usually people will respond with a human response to that. If you didn't want that, just basically don't read their message. Like when they said, oh, my mum died, just don't read it. The message them after the stream saying, oh, I hope you get over that. Or just ignore it. They're going to feel way less shitty if you just don't say anything than if you make a whole scene about it.
My dog died. My husband left me for a younger woman. My house burnt down.
Literally none of this equates to the level of trauma of losing a mother. Or a family member for that matter. Like, my house burnt down. Wow. Okay. Again, her mother died. Like, why are you trying to, like, basically make, like, look, we all go through hardships, but, like, shut up on Twitch. It's like, this isn't a job. It's not like, hey, yeah, you can go through your trauma, but don't bring it into work. Like, it's not a workplace. It's a community where they should feel safe and comfortable enough to be able to talk about that. If you don't like this stuff, make it a rule in your fucking chat, you asshole.
And my car got stolen, so I've been a little bit busy. That's why I haven't been around. Because it's like, oh, God, like, like, you know, like if someone asks, like, hey, what's up? Where have you been? And it's heavy, just be like, I had a bunch of shit going on, so I've been lying low for a little while. Got it. That's it. I'm not trying to rip you a new ass.
I sure hope not. I fucking sure hope not. Why would someone need a new ass ripped? Because their mother died. Unbelievable. Who thinks that someone who's just said that is then going to be able to take well you literally just like criticizing them about the fact that they mentioned their mother passed? In what world are they going to respond nicely to that? Of you being like, oh, next time? Ever thought about being sensitive towards sensitive topics? Holy fuck. Well, if you didn't think this situation get any worse, this guy made an apology video. I haven't seen that yet. I saw this Twitter clip this morning and I was like, holy fucking shit. How are people this inept? And then there's an apology. I'm yet to see this. I saved this for the recording. I am so fucking ready to see what this prick thinks he has to say. Because honestly, there's nothing to me that he can fucking say that actually saves this. Because he already tried to basically apologize for saying, I'm not trying to rip you in your ass, but fuck off. Oh my god, it's literally titled something for Twitter. Yes, dude. Yes, dude. It's definitely just Twitter. It's definitely just Twitter that are upset with you. I hate when people think that the reason, like, they've been a cunt, so then they basically say, like, oh, Twitter's just having me right now. Twitter's totally just taking me right now. Like, shut up. It's not Twitter. You're just an asshole. Stop blaming the fact that Twitter exists for the reason why you're being responded to negatively. For the love of fucking God.
Good morning. I have something that I prepared, something that I've written down that I'd like to share with you guys. And it's right here on my screen. So if I'm, glancing from the camera down to the screen from time to time, it's just because I'm following along with what I've written. For those of you that don't know me, my name is John.
I actually do not care.
Or disgusting piece of shit, as some of you prefer to call me on Twitter.
If you think, that you're going to get sympathy points by people calling me disgusting pieces of shit, I don't think you're a disgusting piece of shit. I think you're just socially inept. I don't think you really understand how basic fucking communication skills work. You literally lack so much common sense. I actually am concerned that you've actually been able to make an entire live stream setup and actually go live and work that one out. Good for you. I'm genuinely surprised you managed to do all that, because the fact that you honestly thought the quickest way of dealing with a long-term community member who was telling you their mother passed was saying, look, not right now. Look, you can get difficult community members, even ones that have been around for a while. You can get difficult scenarios, but there's ways of dealing with it. And usually it's just reaching out or getting a moderator to be like, hey, look, and do it in a sensitive way. If you really have a problem with it, do it in a sensitive way. Or just ignore it, man. Just ignore it. God.
Either is fine. It's cool. On Twitch, my handle is We Found the Body. I've decided to make a video to address this whole situation regarding my reaction to someone's grief comments in my chat that have gained traction on Twitter, which is, why we're here, is why we're doing this. There's a few things that I'd like to make clear about the matter at hand. Firstly, it is well known in my channel that I do not tolerate heavy news, drama, or trauma dumping, if you will, being entered or dropped into the chat.
Okay, but how about next time you learn to understand that just because you don't like it, other people can't help but mention it, because it's the only thing that is consuming their entire thought. Her mother died. It's not like she tripped over and hurt herself. It's not like she's arguing with someone at school. Her mother died. All you could do is either ignore it and then give them a warning. Maybe. Is there really any need? They just say it one time and they just move on from it. If you make a whole thing about I do not allow trauma dumping, which is fine. That's your boundaries. But realistically, sometimes people are going to have more to worry about than your fucking Twitch rules. That's just how it is. And when they're a long-time community member that you recognize, you're probably better off just treating them as you would treat any other human being, rather than just thinking there's just some android robot that just should know your rules like a dog should know not to shit on a carpet.
Hearing impaired. Regulars know this information well. The people that come to my channel often, they know this. They see it all the time. So that's something that I want to make sure everyone understands. Secondly,
don't think I changed anything.
The clip that this individual has provided was edited and chopped up to cut out a lot of the context and dialogue required, I feel, to fairly assess the matter as it truly unfolded.
The context better be you saying, don't you dare send me anything traumatic right now, and they say my mother died. That better be the context, because anything else isn't going to cut this, dude. You're not worming your way out being like, they're trying to frame me. Because we've seen what you said. There's no other fucking way I can get my mind changed.
You've seen the edit, but what it doesn't show is that twice I didn't acknowledge her comments about the deceased family member on purpose. I read them to myself, but didn't react in depth in an attempt to simply avoid having the stream temporarily hijacked by this type of heavy, serious trauma.
Okay, so in between you ignoring them and then... So if, let's say you ignored these messages, right, like you're saying, which I hope you show a clip of, because I'm not believing shit without a clip. Sorry. They've said it a couple times and you've ignored it, right? Which you could just literally just say, I'm sorry for your loss. That would have been quicker than you ignoring it 3 times. But okay, that's fair enough. You ignored it. On that last time, couldn't you have just literally quickly messaged them or quickly whispered to them on Twitch? I know it's temporarily hijacked still, but you can talk and type. You can fucking talk and type and just say, I'm really sorry, but can we talk about everything later on, or we do it at another time? That is the nicest, simplest way you could have fucking done that. But you didn't want to think about anybody else but yourself because your stream can't be fucking hijacked. Oh god no. Oh god no. This is like primetime television. Can't have good screen time hijacked. Oh, don't ruin the mood by saying your mother died.
Commenting. It wasn't until the third time that she brought it up in chat and expressed how horrible life has been that I reacted to it the way that I did. One very important detail that
having the mindset that life is always going to be positive, yeah, is ridiculous. You can't have the expectation that everybody's going to come into your and answer the question of, I mean, he thinks that if you're having a really fucking horrendous day, like family member dying, he thinks your response should be this: oh, I'll get through it. This is the same type of dude as well that will be like, oh, I support mental health and stuff, but you're happy to tell someone who's literally like mourning, going through all sorts of mental health scenarios, and so many thoughts will run through your head when you lose a family member this close to you, and you think it's okay to say to someone in that vulnerable state, you think it's okay to say, not in my Twitch chat.
I think I should share is that this individual has been spoken to about this before. This is not the first time that she's violated the expectation that people not share heavy news in my channel. Previously, she shared in my chat very personal, detailed, potentially triggering comments regarding a toxic relationship that she was involved in.
Okay, but that's understandable, and you could have dealt with that the same way you dealt with this one, to be honest with you, because realistically, if that was going on for a while and you kept saying like, hey, can we just keep this somewhere else, not my chat, and she continued to do it, fine. But you have to understand, regardless of their past prior, them talking about their mother passing, you could have dealt with it nicer. So just don't overreact like this. There's no need for it.
And this was approximately a year and some months ago. And at that time, I did in fact let her know that I don't appreciate or entertain that type of commenting in my channel. Her and I met in Discord. We spoke privately. And
I cannot lie though. If I were her, this would be the last motherfucker I go and tell that my mother died to.
And discussed her relationship situation as friendly acquaintances. And she expressed to me that she understood why I don't like that sort of thing being entered into my chat.
Right, but you spoke to her privately still. But you couldn't do it for this situation. Just say, like, again, remember what I told you. We'll talk about it later. That's not that bad. That isn't really that anywhere near as bad as what you said. You wouldn't have gone viral. Oh, stupid fucking mistakes, man.
We had an understanding. The frustration you witnessed in that edited clip that she provided is a result of this expectation not being understood as I believed it was. The frustration from having her argue in chat that she was, quote, just answering my question, even though she's been spoken to about this type of thing before, and she knows full well.
Honestly, why did she go into this chat? I wouldn't want to go anywhere near a chat like this.
She was a streamer for a time that this type of thing is most certainly frowned upon. Dude, I'm getting follows right now.
Oh my god.
Joe JCKS, Bro Chacho, welcome to the channel, dude. Thanks for the follow.
I didn't need to hear that.
Yeah. Maybe we should just, you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to cut this out. Let's one and done, I like to say. One and done. Where was I? It's not my job to take on people's grief or drama while I'm live.
That's completely fair.
Big or small, seemingly harmless or not.
That's completely fair. Allow me to remind you, though, that you're a human being. Your job is to be a human being. Whether you fucking like that or not. That is your job.
Not share heavy, energy-changing news or drama in the chat. Now, I understand that I was somewhat harsh and crass and insensitive to this woman.
Yep.
I'm sorry for that. I have apologized. I'm still sorry for it.
Okay.
I'm
Couldn't
sorry
have
for
just been
hurting your
that.
feelings and for being, cunty about it.
Dude,
But I'm not sorry
why didn't you
for-
just why didn't you just put this third point? That's the whole video. That's all we needed to know. It's not my job. I'm sorry for being rude. I am sorry for being cunt.
Minding her and others in the community to leave your baggage at the door when you enter someone's chat. I should have just skipped over her comments and moved on, but I didn't. And people make mistakes, and that happens to be one of the mistakes that I've made.
Yeah.
I think it's important to mention, for those of you that don't know me at all, which is damn near all of you, that I'm very upfront with people. I understand that my personality, my demeanor, my choice of words isn't for everyone.
I'm just not a fan of people that like purposely try and make themselves not like everyone, especially with the way they talk. Guys, I'm not like everyone. Like, not everyone's gonna get me. I'm so special. Yeah, but you're also human at the end of the day. We're all human. We all have to learn to care about each other. Especially in times like these, man. It doesn't hurt to just for a minute think to say, just skim over it or just say, I'm sorry. Anyway, that was the apology. It could have just been that last bit. You would have saved it. It would have been whatever, not that deep. People would have moved on. But no, you actually somehow made it worse by leaving in this 5 minutes of extra bullshit. Where you're just like, oh, they've been warned so many times before and I was fine then, but for some reason I just couldn't react normally this time. Oh, I let myself get out of control. Oh, I gotta follow? Guys, thank you. If it isn't clear, this guy has a massive fucking ego. He loves himself. Anyway, yeah, Twitch's most entitled streamer. More than... How can you afford $5 a month for a sub? I bet you can find a clip of that on his fucking channel. He reeks of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. If we can hit 20k by the end of the year, though, by the way, we're gonna eagerly close. Okay, I'll stop being weird now. Bye.
I know you know about what's happening lately, you know, on Twitter and stuff. And I just want to thank you for bringing some people to the channel. And hopefully, like, if you could, and this is part of the prayer, just make them not be a bunch of whining pussies. Like, if at all possible. I know you can't control the internet and people have free will, so they're going to do what they want. But, like, if there's something you could do to make sure that, like, just a bunch of whining, sniveling, obnoxious, annoying little bitches don't come to the channel, that would be really fucking cool. But if they do, that's okay. That's fine. I can handle it.